What's up, guys? Ice Toad here. So in this video I'm going to show off my summon DRUID and my summon NECRO. I'm going to compare the two and see which might potentially be better for farming the Chaos Sanctuary. So they're not quite there in terms of endgame gear. In fact, they're nowhere close. The DRUID is only level 72. And his gear is pretty shitty. Let me show you what he has. Very cheap. You can buy all this shit for a couple World Stone shards, probably in total, if you shop right. Shitty shield, didn't even slam it. One to all skills though, Steel Clash offers now, so quite nice. Amulet, which reminds me I have one I have to slam. I made Rain, probably wasn't worth it. I'll have to check out Alder's armor. That might have even been a better choice. I don't know. But I was hoping for 2 skills on this thing, but it rolled only 1. So that sucked. A 2/2 Alder Helm. Oh shit. I didn't even realize it, but you get the FCR bonus because I'm wearing the helm and the boots. And the FCR is very bad. I need to have like a 10 FCR ring or something like that. Alright, so I have this amulet I found. Oh shit. Yeah, that's I mean that's pretty good, but unfortunately it's only 2 skills. But all right. And here's his skills. So as you can see here, his summons are about level 33, all right? I need to level up a few more times to max out Spirit Wolf, and then all his summons will be maxed. So keep that in mind in this comparison. Because of course Spirit Wolf adds a bit more damage, those additional 3 points that I'm yet to still add to it. They'll add more damage to the wolves and the bears and the ravens as well, so that's kind of a big deal. So I don't quite know exactly what my Necromancer's summons are in terms of level. I guess we'll find out soon here. You can have 3 Grizzlies, but yeah, check the damage. 3,600 max damage for these Grizzlies. And the Dire Wolves are doing, or the Spirit Wolves, who are weaker, are doing 2,200 max. The Dire Wolves over 3,000, alright? 1,600 for cold and physical damage, so they're doing about, 3,000 damage a pack, combined cold and physical, the Ravens. So a lot of damage output per minion, and that's kind of how this build compares to the Summon NECRO. The Summon NECRO, you have more minions, a lot more minions. I'll show you mine in a minute here. But they're doing less damage. Now you could have a Golem build, for example, and be doing more damage, but you'll have less minions. So a lot of, checks and balances to be made here. Check this out. I just got Plus Spitter. Not much will be used for this character because they're not doing much elemental, except for the cold coming from the Ravens. It just happened to be the highest damage bow that I found so far that's unique, so I popped it on her. Just some very cheap gear. Ideally, you want a Witch Wield String, I think, or even better, Wrath. Is that what it is? Does that give amp damage now and not Decrepify? Or Brand? I can't remember which it is, but and better yet, perhaps maybe you'd want to have an Act 2 Mercenary with Reaper's Toll for amp damage, or a Barbarian Mercenary with Lawbringer for amp damage now in Pd2, or the Gavel of Pain, even better. And then you can have your Might Aura as well. My thoughts are that would probably be the best build for this character. You get Gavel of Pain on an Act 5 Might, Mercenary, they all have Might in Act 5. And that might be the better route to take. But yeah, the thing is, these minions are doing more damage per hit than what you're commonly going to get from your Skelemancer. I can't recall exactly what my Skellies are hitting for, but nothing on him is hitting over 3k. So narrow corridors, this might shine over the Necromancer. because you can fit more of the minions in the narrow corridor, where they'll all get a hit in. Whereas the Necromancer, you have so many homies and shit. They're just spread all over the place, so they're not getting as many hits in general, I think, in those narrow corridors. Or at least the lack of damage per hit isn't making up for it. So, however, when you get to the wide open areas with a Skelemancer, I think he's going to excel there. Because, like right here, for example, his homies would just be all over the place. This is one of my patrons, so thanks, man, for supporting me on Patreon. May your finances be blessed and may you have many wives. Just a quick blessing heading your way. So, right here, I think the Skelemancer will excel. Like I said, they're gonna spread all over the fucking place. They're gonna have a bunch of mages and shit. Now, the playstyle's a bit different. With the Druid, what I've been kind of finding out with him is it can be strategic to cast your ravens right on enemies, so then they don't have to run over to them. And of course, the ravens have an edge over other minions because they can fly over areas you can't walk across, like in the River of Flame, for example. They can fly over the lava. Or in the Arcane Sanctuary, right? They can fly from one, from one section to another section, just right over the void. So there's that going on. But of course, there's a lot of things to compare. You have less total minions with the Druid, obviously, as already stated. But maybe not if you're counting the ravens. But the ravens you have to constantly keep up. And of course, the ravens are invulnerable. They cannot die, or get hit even. And it's just, once they give their 5 hits, they poof. So you have to summon more. And once you get them to level 20, or once you have 20 base points into them, I should say, once you actually max it out yourself, you spawn 3 ravens per cast. And of course, you can have a total of 12. So 4 casts in total can get all your ravens out, and you just want to keep them up. I'm pretty sure the Necromancer is going to do better at this run. Oh shit. Alright, I'll just skip those guys. Just very shitty gear, and I think maybe I have 1 summon GC. Yeah, 1 GC right there. That was a straight up handout. Who the fuck gave that to me? I think it was Mud. Yeah, thank you, Mud, for hooking me up with that. Another one of my patrons. Shit's been looking good for Ice Boy, so been a good time playing Pd2 Season 3, and kind of looking forward to Resurrected, I guess, just for a little while. And as embarrassing as it might be to admit, I'm kind of looking forward to Diablo 4, just to see how that shit is. Like, they gotta learn something, right? So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, it's been a good time for Ice Boy. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is making a wind druid. Now, I already have this druid, a summon one, and a fire druid who uses Armageddon, Volcano, and Molten Boulder. And he's in Act 4 Hell as well. So he might transition into the wind druid. Now, I don't mean the kind of transition that, say, the Amazon and the Assassin and the Sorceress made for Resurrected. You know, not that kind of transition, but the kind of transition that's skill-oriented, rather. And just build-oriented. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to transition from a set of skills to another set of skills. It's going to respec. So I'm going to respec that motherfucker. Because he's kind of a little bitch compared to what I've seen of the Wind Druid. The Wind Druid is just crazy. They've been buffed some this season, but so has the, oh shit. So has the Armageddon Druid, but I think to a lesser extent. And just in general, I think the Wind Druid is a lot more versatile, is what it seems. Even though you can still take care of a lot of enemies. with the fire elemental druid, because Armageddon, Volcano, and Molten Boulder all do physical damage in addition to fire damage. But I think these guys actually kill Diablo faster, overall, compared to my Skelemancer right now, if I can have all the minions up. So let me know. Oh, shit. Hell yeah. So I'm broke as fuck, so it's nice finding some items. I think I found, the best rune I found so far is a Gull rune. Hell yeah. Blink charges. One charge every 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to make a new game with my Necromancer, and we'll see how these two compare. Alright. So here I am with my Necromancer. Now, he's like 10 or 11 levels higher than the Druid that I just tried. And my patron here is actually making mention of how the golems are super strong. Yeah, and I'd like to see that. I'd like to compare a Golem-mancer. So I might try that in the future. I don't know. I do like having the skellies, though. It's just cool having a horde of homies surrounding you, just your dogs and shit. So I really enjoy that part of it. Now, I'll show you his gear, because I can now summon 10 skellies at once. And 10 mages at once. Used to be 8 of each, with both skills maxed. So here's what he's wearing. I traded, shit, I can't remember. It was a jewel with 14 resol and like 11 to minimum damage or something like that. Arm of King Leoric. It's a shitty roll, but nonetheless, for Season 3, it now allows you to summon an additional 2 skeleton mages and 2 additional skeleton warriors as well. So equaling 10 each now in total. Have triangles, and base points are the only thing that affect your amp damage now, as it was in Season 2. You can per every 2 points you get from gear or something like that, it helps bump up your amp damage. Or it's piercing, rather. So just very shitty gear, my god. Very shitty gear. So it's a good way to compare to the Druid, because they both have shitty gear. And let's see, I think the Druid was for level 33. Okay, these are level 33 as well. Now I still have a couple points that I could put somewhere else. My amp damage is only piercing by 34%. That's one thing I haven't mentioned yet. For physical immunes, I'm going to have Witch-Willed String on the Druid, because right now the only way to kill physical immunes with him are the Raven's cold damage, which is equates to only half the damage that they output in total. So it's kind of a bitch killing them. But if I get an item on the Mercenary with added damage, that'll be a way to destroy their immunity to physical damage. Whereas the Necromancer, you can have a pretty high amp damage, level 24 in this case. 34% pierce, so it does a pretty good job. But yeah, as you can see, they just have, you know, a lot more minions right here on the ground anyway, that can take hits. That's the thing with the Ravens. You can't really count them as minions in terms of meat shields, even though they can, in some cases, prevent enemies from getting to you by just pecking the shit out of them. They still don't work as meat shields. So your active skill with this guy is just casting amp damage and positioning with teleport. Whereas your active skills with the Druid are casting Ravens and your Gust teleport skill to position your minions and so forth. But here we are kind of getting into the openness of the Chaos Sanctuary. And it's just a wall of skellies, you know, just, oh, fucking shit. Not sure how it's the case, but mine are getting their asses kicked. God damn. This guy fucking sucks, too. Alright, so I have 2 shitty characters. But like I said, it's a It's a good comparison because they both suck. And they really have about the same level of minions as of right now. Even though this guy actually has 3 GCs rather than the 1. But he's only wearing Tarn helm. Very shitty 1-skill helm. Classic though. You get style points from wearing Tarn helm. So there is that, but yeah. I'll teleport and they'll start. God damn. Alright, there we go. Resists are pretty bad. They were even worse on the Druid. So yeah. I don't know which is better in actuality. This guy compared to my Druid as of right now. In terms of, you know, just clear speed. It's hard to tell. Because there is some variety each time. And I haven't been doing much of a test. Because sometimes I skip the river part, sometimes I'll kill shit in the river part. I'm just trying to find some gear. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this comparison so far? And in terms of your experience with these builds, which do you think is better for, say, Chaos runs? Or which do you think is better for running maps? Yeah, and this guy, it's just built into his build the ability to just destroy anything that's physical immune. Or nearly anything. So, and you have all your mages. And, yeah, of course your mages, I mean, here's the damage now. Okay, so they're doing about 1,400 damage apiece. My Golem, and I might start pumping him up. He's doing 1,100 to 1,500. Now, I could get his damage quite high. As you can see, one more point, it's already up to 1,700 max damage. But of course, the min and the max have quite a range, whereas the Grizzly has a more tighter damage of, what was it, around 3,600. So you could start pumping up this Golem and getting it close to maybe what you get with the Grizzly, but I don't think it's ever going to be there, because the Grizzly is only level 33, and I can bump him up a lot with everything, with skills and all that. So on a primary skeleton necromancer, you're not going to be able to get your Golem that. I mean, shit. You could get them pretty damn high, but you're not going to be able to fully synergize them. Because look at all the synergies for damage. There's 3 additional skills for 20% damage synergies, which is a shit ton of damage. So I'm guessing the Golemancer, I mean, they're going to be doing a ton of fucking damage. They might, I mean, it seems that at this point they'll probably do more damage than the Grizzlies. You get 5 Golems at once. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of things you could try. You could max the mastery. That doesn't give them damage, but it gives them other things. Okay, here's the mages. So you get a lot of elemental damage. You know, so this is another thing that's really convenient when it comes to dealing with the physical immunes. You can cast stamp damage and break them, and at the same time, your mages are just, they're just, you know, spewing all sorts of elements at them. So they're just relentlessly attacking that shit, basically. What the fuck? I don't know. It's tough to tell sometimes. There's a lot of you guys, you know, you message people by just messaging your whole fucking friends list. So, then, in which case... Okay, I didn't mean to message my patron back, but here we go. Yeah, they gotta do a ton of fucking damage, because do you see this? I mean, he's level 12, and he's only level 12, and he's doing 1,500 max damage. And look at the synergies. I mean, shit. Like 4K? Yeah, he'll probably hit harder than that. I bet you get him 5 or 6. Holy shit. Yeah, with minimal gear. Who would hit harder? Godly Grizz or Godly Clay Golem? Yeah, I wonder who would hit harder. Yeah, then with amp damage, just crazy. Yeah, they slap. Yep, they'll slap that ass for sure. I'd love to see him slap Andariel's ass. See who could kill her faster, basically. Only because of amp on the goal. I'd be really curious to see that comparison. And like I said, I mean, you're going to have a level 16 amp, I think is what it is, if you have Witch-Willed Strength. I mean, I'd love to see that shit. I mean, hell, maybe I should respec and try Golem. Even though I was excited the fact that you can have more skellies now. But there's just so many of them, you know, and sometimes I think they do get in each other's way. And yes, my mercenary, I forgot to show his gear, but here's what he's using. I think just nothing in his armor. I need to take this off. This overcasts my amp damage when it casts. So I need to take that shit off him. This adds about 100 fire damage. Alright? About 100 fire damage in total. Look at my wand hitting damage. I used to do like, I don't know, 80 or 90 max. Now I used to do 159. So less than 100. Alright? So it's barely worth it. I certainly wouldn't use obedience for that. Holy shit, that's some cool. That's some cool rare mods on there. Hell yeah. Fools or something close to it. 41 max damage right now, 1300. That's toad. If they had other mods, it would be cool. But yeah, so it's not really worth it. You probably want to use something else. But I mean, it does a lot of damage. But don't use this shit for the enchant, because the party enchant, yeah, like 100, less than 100 damage per minion, and they just resist the hell out of fire anyway in hell mode. But watch them. Fuck, dumbass. Okay, I fucked up. I fucked up big time. I switched out, so I only have 8 of each minion. But yeah, I mean, this guy, okay, he's probably, I don't know who's better, man. Let me know in the comments. How does my Necro compare to my Druid so far? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should try a Golem Necromancer? Even though, yeah, it's cool. I was intrigued by the idea of we can have even more skeletons. But again, I think sometimes they get in each other's way anyway, so it's just a bit more crowded is one of the negative aspects of this. Not that that might ever even be a negative aspect, but maybe a diminishing return, rather. That they're just going to be more getting in the way of each other. But it's a cool concept. Fuck, I really don't want to have to make another Necro. Because I like to be able to go between the two and compare. And it's just too much effort to collect a bunch of tokens and do all the gills, the gear switches and all that shit. And just break your fucking clicker trying to get your attributes right. Even though, yeah, you can hold shift, but I like to fine tune it where you can't hold shift. It'll just max them all fucking out. I like to have a few left over, is what I like to do, actually. So I can try different gear pieces and stuff like that, just to fuck around. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about my two characters right here? Which of the two do you feel performed better in this video? And again, have you experimented with either of these? And which do you think overall is better for summoning? The Necromancer or the Druid? Comment below if you guys will. Become a patron if you want. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me as you have. May your finances be blessed, and may you have many wives. Peace with you.